The P. Diddy case goes up another level, people. Let's talk about it. This is Fresh Hip-Hop Opinion with your guy Olize. Don't forget to subscribe. So yeah, man, Diddy's case just got real interesting and nasty at the same time. People are now testifying, real serious individuals. A pregnant Cassie, a security guard at the hotel, and a male sex worker. Now we already know there's 8 men and 4 women on the jury. That's what was selected. 4 of color and 4 white men. And then 4 women, all of color. An interesting jury selection, if you ask me. And they're of an older demographic, so in my opinion it favors Diddy, just that on its own. We saw on the opening day that Lil Rod, one person that had a lawsuit against Diddy, was outside the court. Diddy's family was inside the court as well. And some of the highlights from the prosecution was Diddy was a very jealous man of Cassie, very controlling whenever she was around any male, down to what she even wears. And the defense had a tactic of admitting that Diddy has a temper, admitting that there has been domestic violence, even some drug use, but that does not relate to the charges in front of him of sex trafficking, racketeering, and the rest. But let's get to the people that testified. The security guard, he said Diddy had a devilish stare in his eye, and even witnessed Cassie with a purple eye. I didn't mean that to rhyme, but you know, it did what it did. And meanwhile, the court is filled with everybody. It's got like journalists in there. It's got Diddy, obviously, is in there. Diddy's family was there. His mother's there. His kids. So this is a high pressure situation. And also somebody that a lot of people were fearing. Now the narrative was that prosecutors were saying that Diddy urinated on Cassie. Yes, very disgusting, I know. And this is trying to put in the minds of the jury that this cannot have been a complicit act. Like, who would want that being done? That would have to be forced, and that's one of the angles they're saying. People were asked to do these sexual acts under duress. In simple forms, forced. And here's some of what Cassie had to say, provided by Inner City Press, when questioned on the stand. What supplies for freak-offs? And then Cassie said, Astroglide, baby oil, and condoms. And then she's asked, who brought the supplies? She replied, security, Sean's assistants. And then she was asked which brand of baby oil. She replied, Johnson's. And then she was asked, how was it used? And then Cassie replied, Sean said, you need to be glistening. Jeez. Later on, she was asked, we were just talking about Astroglide. How was it used? Cassie replied, lubricant. If you ran out, what? Cassie replied, we'd call either staff or the bell desk. Give them a tip. And then she was asked, were the freak-offs lit? And then Cassie replied, initially it was candle, strong smelling Glade. Cassie would also go into saying how there was a lot of drug use involved, and she used that to disassociate herself from what was happening, because she didn't like having sex with multiple escorts. She said she just wanted to be with Sean. Well, she said Sean, we call him Diddy. The write-up said this: as prosecutors pressed Miss Ventura about the freak-offs, she told the court of how Mr. Combs would direct her to find male escorts, strippers, or dancers to have sex with while he watched. She alleged that Mr. Combs would pay the men anywhere from $1,500 to $6,000 in cash, depending on their performance. Jeez, so you got like a incentive to perform well. This is all wild, man. But like I said, one of the male escorts, Daniel Phillip, also testified, and his testimony goes against what Cassie and the prosecution alleged, that it was all Diddy's idea for Cassie to be urinated on. The write-up says this: a male escort Monday revealed creepy new details about sick sex sessions he had with Sean Diddy Combs and the rapper's girlfriend, including how Diddy ordered them to use more baby oil. The quote, he said this: y'all need to rub more baby oil on each other. You don't have enough on. Combs, 55, allegedly told then gal pal Cassie Ventura, now 38, as she had sex with the escort, Daniel Phillip. He went on to say, they just came out of the room and she had asked me if I had ever done that before. And I said no. She told me to do it. And apparently I was doing it wrong because they both stopped me. and told me I was supposed to let a little out and not take a leak on her. Jeez Louise, people. This is crazy. I mean, we heard about the freaky deaky stuff Diddy was on, but now this is just getting weird. But that information right there definitely goes against what prosecutors and Cassie were saying of their narrative of Diddy was in control of everything and nothing happened unless it was Diddy's say so. Although in my opinion, I can imagine Diddy had a lot of control over situations, but whether Cassie was down for some of it is something that people have been speculating about over the last several months. Was she down or not? But Daniel Phillip also revealed that he witnessed Diddy putting hands and feet on Cassie a few times in one of these sessions. And the only reason he did not go to the cops is because he himself feared for his life, that Diddy was a powerful guy and he can make something happen to him. And Lauren LaRosa, one of the hosts on The Breakfast Club, was outside the court or inside the court and witnessed everything, and she gave more details about some of the nasty events in this case. Probably the nastiest, in my opinion, is that in one of these sessions where Cassie and one of the escorts are getting down, Diddy would obviously be there watching, right? We've heard that before. And there's times where Diddy got involved sometimes. But there were other times where Diddy was in another room, not watching, not participating. And then when Cassie would finish with the escort, she would rub, let me put this lightly, the end product, which would be on her, she'd collect it, go to Diddy, and rub it on Diddy's chest. That's all I'm gonna say, people. My channel is PG. Okay, let your imagination do what it does. But I think you know what I mean. And then Lauren LaRosa also revealed that there were text messages on Cassie's phone from the day where the infamous hotel assault happened on her, where Cassie is even relaying that she is enthusiastic about the upcoming freak-off, which kind of does say that Cassie wasn't a complete victim in this situation, where she was kind of enjoying that rock and roll lifestyle that Diddy liked too. Although someone might say, hey, she's just playing along because he wants her to be enthusiastic. But that's hard to really decipher what's the truth there. Whether was she forced to take part in all of these, or was it, as the defense say, that they collaboratively both enjoyed it, picked out the escorts and had fun? We'll just have to wait and see when more evidence is revealed. But what's coming up in this trial? I mean, it's early days. It's meant to be a 2-month trial. There's rumors of another ex of Diddy's, at the moment it's just down as Jane Doe, will also testify. Diddy's assistant Mia will also testify. And the rest of this week, Cassie is expected to testify the whole week. Obviously the prosecution will do their thing, and then next the defense will ask her a range of questions to try and debunk everything she's been saying. Information that I don't believe anyone would have really expected Diddy to have certain things rubbed on his chest. I still don't believe Diddy will be found guilty because I still can't see the charges that he's been charged with. I can't see what he's done that should be a federal case where it's sex trafficking. And how do you prove these people were there under duress and they didn't take the drugs willingly or didn't take part in the freak-offs without any consent? It's hard to really prove that. But one thing for sure, even after this couple days of this Diddy trial, is that his reputation is gonna just be absolutely tarnished forever. And don't forget, his mother's in there, his children are all in there. Listen to all these details. Just him as an individual, if he beats his case, I believe when he beats his case, he needs to just go into one of his mansions and never come out. Maybe move to another country and hide for many years. Because this will be the biggest thing ever. But that's my update so far on the Diddy case. I want to know what you think. Get in the comments, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Peace and love.